Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day 2 of Thunder and Lightning over Arizona. This is the second day of coverage of our 2-day air show in America, here in lovely skies over Arizona. Going to be watching a lot of American display teams tearing up the skies. We've got 18 aircraft going to be flying in total today. I'm very excited. It's going to be good. I hope all of you are too. Quick apologies, I've got a really bad case of the hiccups right now, so that's going to be really fun for me to try and talk through. Other than that, I'm really excited to bring you guys down here to sunny Arizona. Here we are. This is the game. Let me undo the spectate tool. Here's the absolutely massive crowds. We have about 3 people right now. Of course, I think this game will be opened up to the public at some point soon. I'm not entirely sure when. The game link is in the description. So at any point... hey, Carl, the host of the air show, Knizzle, are you there? Hello?
Yep, I just announced, we're all ready.
Perfect. So yeah, of course, the first item of today's air show will be 2 F-16s going along to the US National Anthem. Of course, I can't play the National Anthem because it's copyrighted. A bit of a bummer. But they will be doing a flyover. Just pretend that the National Anthem's playing as we do that. I'm going to get into a position where everyone's names aren't over in the way. And the F-16s will be over very shortly. Con, do you have a ETA on the F-16s?
I know they are...
I've got a visual on them right now. Just waiting for them to run in. Good stuff.
Oh, so, yeah, they're in the air.
I've got eyes on them. Perfect. So just waiting on these F-16s to come overhead, ready for their fly past. Apart from that, all the other aircraft that are going to be coming overhead are in the description. So after the F-16s fly past, we'll have an F-15E Strike Eagle demonstration. After which, a display I'm very excited for, and I've never seen before, in the form of the Combat Search and Rescue demonstration, composed of 2 F-16s, 2 A-10s, and 2 Pavehawk helicopters. After that, we'll have the F-18F Super Hornet demo team flying along with the Corsair Legacy flight, so that will be very exciting. That'll be our first piston aircraft of the air show, which I'm very excited for. Then we've got an F-16 Viper demonstration. I'm informed this is a Japanese team, and it's not one I've ever seen before, so I'm very excited to see this one. Then we've got a flypast, or a couple of flypasts, from a U-2 Dragon Lady. The U-2, of course, being the US spy plane, massive glider wings. Very cool aircraft. I'm very excited to see that come overhead. This will be the first performance. In fact, that's one of the first ever Roblox performances, if not the first ever Roblox performance that we've had a U-2. So I'm very excited for that one. Then we'll have the virtual Roblox Black Knights. Actually, I'm not sure if they're going to be performing. Con, are you still here? Are you able to confirm?
Oh, they will not.
Okay, they're not going to be filming. So we'll be closing the air show with the U-2 Dragon Lady flypasts. And that's expected to be in about 2.5 to 3 hours, I reckon. That's how long the air show will be. So lots of really cool items. And of course, introducing the air show, we have 2 F-16s about to thunder overhead. And here they come now, coming from crowd rear. You can see they've got their afterburners lit already. And there we go. Of course, because this is a Roblox air show, it's not just the pilots who are working hard. There's a huge team of people behind the scenes, developers, scripters, map builders, and people who have put all the advertising in for this show, making sure people are seeing it. There's a huge team of people at work behind the scenes, making sure this air show goes smoothly. Of course, Roblox is a very difficult platform to work with, so a lot of work has gone into making sure just these aircraft get airborne. So do be sure to show your appreciation in chat for them. And that looks like the F-16 flypast now complete, which means the first aircraft for a full demonstration, the F-15, will be taking off very shortly, ready for its demonstration. If I switch back to normal spectator cam, you can see the F-15 there already being prepped for its flight. I'm very excited. That is a very large aircraft. People often forget just how large these modern day fighter jets are. They're comparable to some small World War II bombers. Honestly, they're absolutely massive. Twice the size of any... twice the size minimum. There he is, the pilot waving to us. That's such a massive aircraft. Look at the size of the character. The Roblox avatar in comparison to that aircraft. Con, can we confirm if the F-15 has a narrator or not?
No narration, but they will have music.
Oh, okay, fair enough. No narration. Good. That means you guys have got me talking to you for this performance. Good stuff. So I hope you're excited for me to very professionally know lots about this aircraft. Good stuff. So just as we wait for the F-15 to take off, might as well go over another look at the booths. We had a look at the booths yesterday, but it might be worth having another look today, because we have got a large collection of booths for this air show. When I say a large collection, as far as Roblox air shows, it's pretty big. So of course, here first we have the Tomcat. The Tomcat was an aircraft that flew yesterday. It was the first legacy aircraft of the air show. So if you guys want to go see that stunning performance, be sure to go watch yesterday's live stream. That's on my channel. You can see they've got their gorgeous Tomcat patches there lined up. Their helmet, I'm not sure what the helmet is. Sam was able to tell us yesterday, being our resident helmet expert. Sam Sage TFE, of course. Also the coder of PTFS. Gorgeous flight suit. Look at the detail that's been put into that. Every single one of these has been modelled independently by lots of Roblox developers. So you can just tell how much work goes into all of this, all these air shows, and these display teams, of course. You can see me there. Hello. You can see the pilots and the crew chiefs getting ready. This is, of course, a twin-seat aircraft. So the pilot will be sitting in the front, and the radar operator, one who operates all the weapons and a lot of the systems on the aircraft, will be sat there in the back. I'm very excited for that. Up next we have the Blue Angels booth, looking absolutely gorgeous. Of course, the Blue Angels aren't flying with their usual F-18s this air show. Yesterday they were up flying with their legacy Skyhawk jets, replicating their display from 1986, which it shows you the power of Roblox and the creativity that it allows. It means you don't just have to replicate real-life aircraft. If developers want to, they can go back in time and create whatever time period they want. So they had their old legacy jets. You can see, not these pictures, but when it goes around... Oh, blocking the screen for me. So those are the modern F-18s. In just a second you'll see the legacy Skyhawks. Just waiting for it. Those are the Skyhawks that were flying yesterday, putting on an absolutely stunning performance that I was absolutely raving about. You see all their patches there looking gorgeous as usual. And some lovely prints. This is a running theme of the display teams. They'll have patches, prints and merch. And some of their flight gear as well. Those are the 4 running themes. So flight gear, prints, patches, yeah, and what else did I say? And some merch. This one, the Thunderbirds haven't got any merch. Of course, they've got their gorgeous United States Air Force helmets set with their crests on the back. A training aid on the form of an F-16. Training aid, yeah. They've got their cover, flight cover, some prints and patch, looking absolutely gorgeous. One team, one mission. You can see they've done some missions with the photo ops with the Blue Angels previously. And there's the merch. Of course, it'd be there. 4 staples of a display team booth. Let's check on the F-15. I definitely don't want to miss them. They are suited and booted, ready for their display. Of course, they don't have any commentary, so I'll make sure I've got everything set up so I can start reading stuff out. Good stuff. Let me make sure I've got everything up. I don't want to miss anything for these displays. Click my way through. Good stuff. Cool, I've just pulled up their flight routine, so I actually know what they're doing, when and where. Oh, you can see the aircraft coming to life. I'm actually going to turn the sound on. Make sure I don't miss anything. There we go, listen to that. You can hear the APU sounds like. I don't know if the engines are live. The, what's it called, navigation lights on the wings, the red flashing there. I think that's the navigation lights. Not too familiar with the avionics systems on the F-15, but I know there's definitely the landing lights there coming off the gear. The aircraft's coming to life. You see they've even modelled a little fire extinguisher there behind, just tucked under the aircraft there. The amount of detail these developers put into these aircraft is pretty unreal. It's awesome to see. Canopies come down. That's a pretty gorgeous jet. It's an absolute beast of an aircraft. Much bigger than the likes of the F-16. An aircraft like the F-35. It's proper massive. Probably got time for one more booth before we have to switch over and wait for them to finish their final checks. The Black Knights, of course, the Black Knights are unfortunately not going to be performing here today. They had to pull out, unfortunately. But if you do get the chance, I do recommend go following their social medias. They're an absolutely stunning team. Flying their F-16s. I think they've got 6 aircraft total. Oh, hello there. I think my live streams have got a very low latency, so if people know, if we're looking at my screen, they can very easily figure out what I'm looking at and where. Yeah, there you go. So we've got merch on sale, of course, cornerstones of every team. Flight gear, prints, now where's the patches? I'm not sure they have any patches. They're missing one. They've got merch, that counts, I reckon. Not rolling just yet. Well, before they go take off, we've got the F-15 Strike Eagles booth. So we've got their very gorgeous, that's their old livery. I don't think they're using that today. No, they're not. But that is an absolute gorgeous. I love that livery on that display F-15. That livery was doing the rounds in real life at Riyadh in the UK. I got to see it from Lakenheath several times last year. Absolutely gorgeous aircraft. There we go. Flight gear, patches, merch, and prints. There we go. 4 staples. And these are some gorgeous kit. What does that say? Air Combat Command, Virtual Roblox F-15. They've even got the custom Roblox patches. Absolutely gorgeous. Hats on sale. They've even got a removable flight tag. Absolutely lovely. Good stuff. And of course the usual flight suits and crew chief outfits as well. Good stuff. I don't hear the F-15 anymore, which means it must be rolling. There it is. Heading over to the runway. So I'll shut up about the booths now, even though it was the F-15's booth. And we'll transition over to watching the F-15. You can see even the turbines animated in there, rolling around the engines. Good stuff. I've just been told by the F-15 team that I might want to put my sound at 1% because this plane is bloody loud. So I'll see how that goes in just a minute. But I do want to hear... No, Patron, do not go past 1 on volume. It's a hearing hazard. Good stuff. I'll be the judge of that. I'm a bit nervous now. You see that it says live at Thunder and Lightning over Arizona. I'll turn that off just as the jet takes off. Because I know a lot of these display teams like to record their demos from my stream and get clips and that. So I'll turn that off so it's not, not interrupted. If any teams want to take any clips from my stream, you guys, of course, have full permission to do so. You guys have allowed me to share your amazing aircraft, so you guys can, of course, use any media I take as well. Box was the thing of any use. I've pulled it up now, so I can see their performance. Box made me a lovely website where I can see all the flight routines of all the different demo teams. So I've got the F-15 one up right now. Which, yeah, I'm very excited for it to be of use. So thank you, Box, for doing that for me. But now we've got the F-15 sat at the end of the runway, ready for takeoff. Very, very excited for this. Today's F-15's performance is flown by the commander and pilot for the team, Major Carlos Norman, call sign Screech, and he's in the front seat. The weapon system in the back there is Connor, I don't know how to pronounce that second name, Connor Maher, call sign Slugger. Bloody hell. Okay, unfortunately. Oh wait, where's that plane played from? Ah, no! I've got to deafen myself on Discord, because copyrighted music's going to get me. My last bloody yesterday's stream got a copyright notice, so I don't want to get any more on today's stream, so I've got to quickly mute that audio before that happens again. Which is, I know, disappointing for the 15 staff. They put a lot of music, a lot of time and work syncing their displays up to music, but yeah, that's just what happens with YouTube. If I'm sure they'll have their own recordings and that, but just for my own stream, unfortunately, I can't have that, which sucks, and I wish I could, because it is so much better with music. I'm now going to switch off the Thunder and the live sticker on the top left of the screen, just as the jet rolls. No, it's not. I need to turn music up. That's not music. There we go. We're on 3% volume. Volume setting of 3. So this might blow my ears out. So if any of you are sensitive to noise, maybe think about turning your volume down. If it is ridiculously noisy, I will turn it down. I'll see what you guys say in chat, of course. I'm looking at chat. So if any of you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, be sure to put them in chat and I'll talk back to you. Good stuff. Alright, anything else I can tell you about the F-15 team? Let's have a look at their information panel. Shall I have a little read out of the information? As it says here, the F-15 Strike Eagle demonstration team represents the United States Air Force and Air Combat Command. They're demonstrating the capability of the McDonnell Douglas F-15E, flying with the 334th Fighter Squadron based out of Seymour Johnson Air Force Base in North Carolina. Their goal is to present the evolution in multi-role fighters in the Air Force. Very cool. So you can see the SJ on the tail of the aircraft being Seymour Johnson, so they've got everything modelled. They'll be replicating real life base, real life squadron, real life aircraft most likely. I can't confirm that with you guys, but most of the display teams at these events do, and that'll be modelled all the way down to the patches on the flight suits, the crests on the aircraft. If I turn around and look at these just here, these drop tanks, even the liveries on those will very likely be accurate. Every little care, consideration and detail is put into these aircraft, making sure they're as realistic as possible. Because, of course, the whole point of a display team is to put on a bloody good show. And have fun while doing it. As I mentioned yesterday, no one at these Roblox air shows has got any sponsorships. No one's being paid. There's no money changing hands between teams, air show holders, stream providers, anything like that. Everyone's just doing this purely for fun. This is just a hobby that people take too far at the end of the day. Oh, the engines have just come to life. That's getting noisy. You can even see the exhaust putting out some black smoke there. Here comes the F-15E Strike Eagle. Absolutely stunning. I love that aircraft. There you saw the F-15 performing a maximum performance takeoff before rolling inverted. Now the F-15 is going to reposition ready for a high G turn in from the left, showing off the max turn rate capabilities of the aircraft. I am going to quickly change my camera to this one. Oh, there we go. There we go. Make sure I've got the correct camera selected. And here we go. I love that aircraft. That is gorgeous. F-15 repositioning, performing another high G turn. Look at the absolutely gorgeous vapour trails coming off the wingtips and the leading edges of the wings. Of course, that's been completely modelled by the developers as well. Remember, this isn't just a show of pilot skill, as mentioned several times previous. Bloody hell, that's loud. But it's also a pretty incredible show of developer wizardry. Remember, if any of you guys want to join the game, I'm not sure if the game will be locked. This game's going to be locked and unlocked throughout the night, but the link to the game is going to be in the description of my stream if any of you guys are interested. F-15 coming in from crowd left, ready for its next manoeuvre. You can see the intakes just behind the pilot there are acting live, making sure they're getting the correct amount of air for each pass. There we saw the F-15 performing a triple aileron roll, showing off the aircraft's roll rate as it darts off to crowd right, and showing just how much thrust that aircraft has before moving up into the vertical. And how much thrust does the aircraft have? Well, those F100 PW100 turbofan engines the F-15 have both produce 25,000 pounds of thrust each, meaning this aircraft is absolutely overpowered in terms of its thrust to weight ratio. And that propels the F-15 to quite an incredible 1,875 miles per hour. I'll say that again because that's bloody loud. 1,875 miles per hour. That's Mach 2.4, or 2.4 times the speed of sound. Basically, quite a fast plane. Which is impressive for its size as well. You don't get many aircraft that big and that fast. The aircraft's just over 63 feet long and well over 18 feet tall as well. It's got a wingspan of 42 feet as well. There you go. I'm just reading the statistics page now, aren't I? But it is bloody massive. Look at that. See the pyros going off now as it demonstrates. It's giving us a demonstration of its weaponed systems. Obviously it's not actually firing its weapons. This is a demonstration, of course. So the aircraft flies past and then the pyros will go off in a simulated demonstration of the weapon systems on board the F-15. And that would have been its low-angle strafing pass, demonstrating how it would use its guns in combat. Which means up next we have a low-altitude bomb pass. And immediately after dropping its bombs, it will start weaving as if it was being chased by a SAM. So it'll start performing evasive manoeuvres. So here it comes on its run-in. I'm going to zoom right out so you can see the pyros when they go off. That's the simulated bomb run. Pyros have gone off, and now the F-15 starts weaving. So if it wasn't a combat scenario, this would be just shaking off any weapons that may be tracking the F-15. The F-15 does of course have a large complement of countermeasures on board, including chaff and flares. Making it quite a hard aircraft to hit in a combat situation. And according to my notes here, after that manoeuvre, the F-15 will be setting up for its dedication pass, leading in from the left. And of course, because this is an American team, they have to have a dedication pass. Every American team has one. It's just the rules. It's just the rules. So here they come, showing off the top side, coming in from the left, low and fast. That's a pretty gorgeous aircraft. Being flown really gracefully as well. Well, as graceful as basically what a flying tank can be. That thing is massive and angry. And it makes a lot of noise. Look at those afterburners. I'm sure most of you know this, but for those of you who don't, afterburners of course being when the aircraft just dumps extra fuel into the exhaust of the aircraft. That ignites. And gives the aircraft a lot of extra thrust. And a lot of extra noise. It does kind of bin the aircraft fuel consumption. It's not a very economical way of flying. But in a combat scenario, or if you need to take off quickly, or if you need to show off, they're absolutely perfect. So all modern fighter jets have them. And for most fighter jets need afterburner in order to be able to push beyond the speed of sound. However, this is another thing that makes the F-15 unique. The F-15 benefits from being able to supercruise, having supercruise capability, which means it has the ability to fly faster than the speed of sound without using its afterburners, using its regular thrust alone. All of that power means the aircraft can push up to an altitude of over 65,000 feet. And it has a range of over 2,400 miles. And more than that, has the ability to mid-air refuel. Look at that massive air brake coming out there. That massive air brake massively increases the amount of air resistance on the aircraft and creates huge amounts of vortices behind that air brake as well. Means the aircraft slows down very, very quickly. That massive barn door slowing the aircraft right down from just a little bit slower than the speed of sound all the way down to landing speed. You saw just how short of amount of time it had to have that air brake open. There it is, back open again there. The landing gears come out. And there it is, gracefully touching down here at Thunder and Lightning over Arizona. The F-15 completing its display. Look at those air intakes twitching as they try and find the optimal way of laying the most amount of air into those massive engines. You can see the pilot using aero braking there, so it's keeping the nose nice and high. That's slowing the aircraft down without using the brakes, reduce wear and tear on the aircraft, slowly let the nose wheel back down. And there's of course the pyros going off in the background. Good stuff. That was the F-15 Strike Eagle demonstration complete. Absolutely amazing job by the pilots and the whole team there behind the scenes. one of the loudest aircraft you tend to see at air shows. F-15's absolutely massive. So very happy to have that tearing up the skies here. Thunder and lightning over Arizona. Arizona, there we go. Amazing job by the pilot, Major Screech Norman, according to my notes here. In fact, it looks to me here like he's actually changed his call sign to Ban. It's Jackie. For those of you who know him, it's Jackie. Very cool. Look at those massive barn door rudders that are swinging left and right. And there's the air brake, just to show off. Incredible tactical demonstration, showing off not just how the aircraft flies to look good, but flies to fight. Here it comes, taxiing nice and close next to us. I get the feeling that those pyros might see a lot more use by the end of today. It's one of those, if you've got it, might as well use them situations. And I'm not complaining, they look pretty bloody good. And there you can see the afterburners working there. Not afterburners, the engine nozzles expanding and contracting. Good stuff. Now that it's landed, I'll transition back to this screen. Good stuff. Have a quick look at chat. For those of you asking if this is PTFS in chat, unfortunately not. You're not able to fly these particular aircraft. These aircraft have been designed specially for use by these display teams for special use at these air shows. If you want to join this game, you can join the link in the description, but you won't be flying any aircraft unless you've previously had your display team checked out and are signed on to fly for this air show. Now we've got some spare time before the next display. Speaking of which, the next display will be the combat, search and rescue demonstration consisting of 2 F-16s, 2 A-10s and 2 Pavehawk helicopters. This is a display I'm very excited to see, and I think you guys should be too. After which will be the FA-18F Super Hornet demonstration team flying with the Corsair Legacy flight. They'll be flying together, tearing up these Arizona skies. After which will be the Japanese F-16 Viper demo, which was another brand new demo for this year. I haven't seen this one yet. And then finally we'll be ending today's stream and air show with a U-2 Dragon Lady, a series of flypasts from a U-2 Dragon Lady spy plane. So I'm very excited to see that. That'll be making its 2023 debut here at Arizona Air Show. The Thunder Live. What am I saying? Thunder and Lightning over Arizona Air Show. It's a bit of a mouthful. I'm struggling. So where do we get through with the booths? We just finished with the F-15. So it means it's time to look at the F-22 Raptor demo booth. And let's have a look. We've got flight gear, we've got patches, we've got merch, and we've got prints. Good, we've got all 4. Good stuff. I love this booth because it's got the absolutely gorgeous blueprints of the aircraft, and it is an absolutely stunning aircraft. It's got the exact specifications there. Mach 2 class with super cruise capability. Good stuff. The F-22 was an aircraft flying yesterday. There's a small scale model of it there. I think, does that have its... No, it doesn't. I thought it had its... what's it called? Air-to-air refueling probe open there, but it doesn't. You see the crew chief and flight gear uniform there. A lot of people are coming to investigate this booth as well. All the merch. This is click and you can buy it, I think, most of it. Good stuff. Anyway, absolutely gorgeous aircraft. If you missed seeing the F-22's display yesterday, be sure to go watch yesterday's stream. It's an absolutely stunning performance. For those of you in chat, I am looking at the chat, so if any of you guys have any questions, queries, or just want to talk to me, I will be answering anything you have to say to me in chat. What is going on there? Let's look away quickly. Give them some privacy. This is the F-35. The F-35 opened the air show yesterday. Another absolutely stunning performance. Another stealth jet. And the most modern jet we've got. Oh, Jesus, it's a moving sign. Don't break that. Yeah, the most modern jet we've got at RIAT. Of course, you can read about it if you want to pause the video there. Have a good read of that. Merch, flight gear, patches, and was the prints. And prints. Good stuff. Got to have all 4. And the caps as well. Oh, I hear copyrighted music coming from the A10 booth. Of course, the very modern F-35 helmet. That has to be a mock-up, because they wouldn't have that thing on in public reach. Those things are very expensive helmets, those things. Hello? Who's there?
Hey, we're about to get started with the Corsair support demonstration.
Good stuff.
We'll just be up in like a few minutes.
Do you have narration?
No, but we will have music. Just keep that muted, and there will be no PACAF flying today. It'll just be the F-16s and A-10s. I also suggest you use FreeCam for this because there's going to be a lot going on during this. So yeah, that's all I'd like to say. Have fun.
Thank you very much. Well, I hope you guys are excited for it as I am, because that sounds bloody cool. We're going to have 2 F-16s and 2 A-10s, and they're going to be doing a search and rescue demonstration, so that'll be very, very exciting. I'm just standing by. I'm keeping a head on a swivel, but just until then, I'm going to be looking at the A-10 booth, going through them. Obviously, gorgeous logos from the the A-10 team, of course. We've got the they've even got a custom virtual Roblox A-10 thing as well. The very famous gun on it there. The patches, which I very much want a real life one of those. We've got the flight gear, prints, merch, and what else? What was the other thing? Flight gear, merch, prints, patches. There we go. That's all 4. Then of course, once again, all 4. I wasn't lying when I said those are the 4 staples of your US display team booths. The heritage flight. There's the print. There's the merch. There's the flight gear. There's the patches. Good stuff. More merch for the hats as well. Very cool. And of course, you can see all the 4 aircraft that the heritage flight use. I think they might even have more than that, but they're primary for the A1 Skyraider, the F-86 Sabre, the F4 Phantom, and the P-51 Mustang. Can I help you, sir? He very much wants to get in frame, I think. One sec. I'm an admin, aren't I? Track. Oh, who is it? Who's trying to get in my frame? You. Go away. What's your name? Copy. I've logged you now. If you mess with me again, grr, I will grr. Untrack all. In fact, before we untrack all, should we have a quick look and see if there's anything flying? Nope, but they are taxiing to the runway, which means it's about time for me to shut up about booths. Is he talking in chat? No, good stuff. To shut up about booths and start looking towards. We've got the F-16s rolling out. And of course the A-10s directly behind. 4 aircraft total. I'm very excited to see this search and rescue demonstration. Good stuff. And of course the F-15 just sitting there looking very, very pretty, because that is a gorgeous aircraft. I think we've just got enough time to look at one more booth before they take off. We've looked at that one. We've got. I'm not 100% sure what this booth is. AOA Inc. I assume that's Angle of Attack Inc. It looks to me like a tech group or a game, but I'm not 100%. You see, they've got a joystick of. Who can tell me what this joystick is? Someone will be able to tell me. I'm sure someone knows what joystick that's from. F-18 maybe? F-16? I don't know. What aircraft's that? I think that's an F-16. Maybe might be an F-22. Hello, can I help you? It says in slightly blurry text what it is, but I can't read that. We've got 3 helmets looking absolutely gorgeous. Is one of those the F-35 helmet? No, it's very much more lumpy than that one is. But they are very advanced helmets. I think that might be an F-16 helmet. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not an expert. I hear afterburners. This looks like the F-16s are taking off now. Ready for their search and rescue demonstration. We've got 1 taking off now. Looking absolutely gorgeous. The F-16s are very sleek, very cool. There we go, rotating into the sky. The F-16, of course, being a purpose-built air superiority fighter. They're light, they're fast, but they hit bloody hard. The F-16s are incredibly sleek, incredibly agile, being able to pull over 9 times Earth's gravity in their turns. They may not be stealth, but that just means they can carry more weapons under the wings. They're single engines, although those single engines are bloody powerful. And then we've got the 2 A-10s, one of them's now rolling. A-10s, of course, aren't really fighters in the conventional sense. They are air-to-ground attack aircraft. meaning they're not used for attacking other aircraft in the air. They're made for blowing up stuff here on the ground. That's 1 away. That's 2 away. That means we've got 4 aircraft airborne. And they'll be running in very shortly, ready to start their air rescue demonstration. So look how unconventional those A-10s look compared to the other fighters we've seen today. See, they've got much smaller engines. They're not afterburning engines. And they're slotted up high. I mean, you can take off of rougher airfields. It's a very rugged aircraft. It's made to take shots. If it's taking fire from enemy ground forces, this aircraft's basically bulletproof and can take all kinds of punishment. I can hear F-16s running in. I can't see them though. There they are. They're running in from crowd left, ready to start this demonstration. Oh, there goes the pyros once again. Just because if you have them, why not use them? And they look very cool. And there's the F-16s departing off crowd right, keeping in that tight formation as they go. And that they've departed, it must mean that the A-10s are up next. I can just about see them in the backdrop. Circling round, good stuff. Just because the F-16 is built as an air superiority fighter doesn't mean that that's what it stayed as. It is now classified as a compact multi-role fighter aircraft, meaning that it can just as easily be fitted out with air-to-ground components as well. This aircraft, the A-10, however, the one you're on your screens right now, is a purpose-built air-to-ground attack aircraft, meaning this thing is heavy. Those massive long wings you can see there would be absolutely filled to the brim with a wider range of weapons. Good stuff. There's the pyros and there's the second one running in shortly behind. Those large wings of the A-10 can be mounted with unguided rockets, missiles, laser-guided bombs, dumb bombs. Honestly, if there's a weapon system that can be mounted to an aircraft, there's not much doubt that the A-10 can carry it. And more than that, the A-10's primary weapon, as I'm sure all of you know very well, is that large 20mm Gatling gun in its nose. Sorry, did I say 20mm? I meant 30mm. And that's, of course, the GAU-8, the GAU-8 Avenger. And it's designed to fire armour-piercing and often depleted uranium shells, as well as high explosive incendiary rounds. Just because, you know, chaos is fun. I see someone's fired off the pyros once again, which means I now need to look out for... There's the A-10s circling around behind, which means I've lost the F-16s. How have I lost 2 F-16s? I can hear them. There's one. And there's the second one running in, making several strafing runs. You can see all the pyros going off. F-16 breaking off, which means the next one's up. Pyros going off. Where's the F-16? I think I already might have missed it. These things are small and quick, and that's what they're designed for. Here it is. There it is. Fired off its rounds. You can hear the explosions down below and peeling off to the right. And then it will start flying fairly erratically. And if this was a live combat scenario, it'd be firing off chaff and flares to beat out any weapons that might be heading towards it. With the F-16s having their runs complete, the A-10s are back inbound. If you look at the underside of the fuselage, just under where the pilot was sitting, you can see a big black blob And what that's there for is if you're dogfighting or in a combat scenario with someone. Oh, I can hear the F-16s already making their runs. Oh no, that's just the pyros going off. Never mind. Yeah, there's a big black blotches underneath where the cockpit is, on the underside of the fuselage. You'll see it as they make their next run. Just look underneath the cockpit. There's a big dark area. Look at the face on that. Very cool. What that big dark patch is it's basically a fake cockpit. So if you're in a high stress situation with the A-10, if you're trying to dogfight it, that would make it look like the aircraft's pulling towards you when actually it's pulling away from you. So it's to confuse enemy pilots in combat and make them act in a way that they wouldn't if they knew otherwise. Here comes the F-16s. Gun run, gun run, gun run. Pulling away. There's explosion from the weapon systems. Wait for the next set of pyros to go off, because I can hear this F-16 coming in. There it is. Breaking off. Weapons are inbound. And there they go. That gun on the F-16 is a 20mm gun system, known as the M61A1, and is a 6-barreled Gatling gun. And that gun's... It may not be the 30mm, but it's still an absolute beast, firing at 6,000 shots per minute. And giving it undisputed accuracy. You can hear another aircraft running in from the right. Here come the two A-10s once again. That's quite an intimidating sight. You wouldn't want to be on the wrong side of these two, would you? Those explosions. They're really cool. The F-16, no, well, most American fighter jets, but the A-10 especially. Oh, there goes the pyros once again, simulating a bomb run. Or they just want to look cool. Once again, if you've got them, might as well use them. Here comes the F-16s coming into view. And there goes the pyros once again. You can hear them. That's so cool. Where have the A-10's gone? Yeah, you don't really want to lose an A-10, especially in a combat scenario. Especially if you're on the wrong end of it. The A-10 is known to be so intimidating, in fact, that sometimes, if there are troops in contact, sometimes it's just enough to do a show of force and fly past the enemy and let the enemy know you've got an A-10 on station or a fighter jet on station. Sometimes that's enough to make the enemy stop engaging your friendly troops. I hate to say it, guys, but I think I've lost the fighter jets. There they are. Those are the two F-16s. Where are the A-10s? Oh, you really don't want to lose two A-10s, do you? Oh, the pyros are still smoking off there. There they are. Here they are coming, running in from crowd left. If you've ever wondered why fighter jets are so quiet up until the point they reach you, that's because they travel so fast. The sound waves bunch up, so even if they haven't broken the speed of sound, they're still not going to reach you until just before they get to you, and then all that sound will hit you at once. And that's why aircraft breaking the speed of sound can be so dangerous. It's because all that sound collects up in one place, and then the moment the jet flies past you, all that sound that's been collected up, and these jets are loud, it's all collected up and hits you on one concentrated burst. There's the aircraft firing off their flares. Flares, of course, being countermeasures for infrared-seeking missiles, also known as heat seekers. If someone's fired a heat-seeking missile towards your aircraft, what it's looking for is the hottest thing that it can see, which usually would be the exhaust of a jet fighter. However, if your aircraft fires off flares, which are basically very, very hot fireworks, hopefully, firing enough of those will be hotter than your aircraft, and even if not, it should still confuse the missile enough that it will stop picking a fight with your jet and instead go off to the flares. Usually doing that will be concurrent with pulling the aircraft's thrust levers back, making the engines as cool as possible, and firing off as many flares as possible, giving the highest possible chance of success at beating that missile. Another popular way of defeating the missiles, and my preferred method, would be flying into the sun, cooling the aircraft down, and then pulling out the way. Hopefully the missile will pick a fight with the next hottest thing, being the giant infrared signature in the sky. The forbidden heat signature. There we go. And with that final run, it looks like the combat demonstration is coming to an end. You see the first A-10 coming back around. I love the war paint on the nose of the A-10. You can see it's got the shark nose. Oh, another gun run's gone off as the pyros go off. They're just guns again. You've got the pyros, might as well use them. So they're going to use them every 15 seconds. But everything about the A-10 is just built to be rugged and strong. So if it takes a hit in combat when it's doing those low-flying attack missions, it can survive to the point where the landing gear doesn't even fold fully up in usual flight. The bottom of the tyres will be slightly protruding out of its undercarriage. Oopsie. Slightly out of its undercarriage, so that if it makes, if it has a hydraulic issue, oh my god, stop setting off the pyros! Someone's gone haywire with the pyros. So if the aircraft have issues with hydraulics, it means that the landing gear will be poking out just slightly underneath the fuselage, and it can still land on the wheels just about. Although it's still not the preferred way of landing the A-10, let's be honest. You might be able to notice the right-hand wing pod has also got a black tip, whilst the left one doesn't. That's on all A-10s, and that's because there is a... I'm not entirely sure what the receiver is. Any point you see black coating on the A-10, it's usually because there's some kind of receiver. That's why aircraft's noses tend to be darker. Don't mind him. I'm not minding him. I actually don't see him anymore. One of the A-10s had an issue there. Of course, being Roblox, there's always issues to be expected. Absolutely lovely landing from that F-16 there. It means we've got one more aircraft to land, marking the end of the display. Absolutely gorgeous combat search and rescue demonstration. Well, 2 F-16s and 2 A-10s. There we go. Last aircraft touching down. See the air brakes coming out the tail there? That's what the vertical piece of metal sticking out just left of the aircraft's tail there. But yeah, if you look on the nose of the F-16 as well, it goes there. Most of the materials in which radar waves have to get through are a slightly different colour because they can't paint them, which is why the F-15's nose is slightly darker, the F-16's nose is slightly darker, and that'd be why the A-10's wing pod will be slightly darker as well. Awesome. And with that demonstration now complete, we'll be getting ready for the FA-18F Super Hornet demonstration. And according to my notes here, it'll be flying with a Corsair legacy flight. So this will be the first piston aircraft of the performance of the air show, including yesterday. So this will be very much one to be looking forward to. There's all the pilots dismounting after their absolutely stunning combat demonstration. And off they go. Good stuff. Can you tell I'm losing my voice a little bit here? I've been talking for an hour now already. Very good stuff. So I'm hoping the F-18 will have a narrator. But if not, good news, you've got me to talk you through whatever will be happening with F-18. Very cool stuff. So the F-18 will be spawned in just a second. There it is. There's the F-18. And there's the Corsair as well. Very cool. Look at those. Those are two carrier-based aircraft. Quite a few years apart. So just while we have a minute. Which booth did we get to? We just looked at the AOA one, which means it's time for good news. The virtual Roblox F-18 Rhino demo team booth. Good stuff. So of course we've got merch, patches. Where's the flight gear? They haven't got any flight gear. They're missing out. Oh, they've got prints as well. They're just missing flight gear. Good stuff. And once again we've got the Marines and the Navy patches. Marines on the left, Navy on the right. Rhino lanyards. More patches under that man's feet. T-shirts. And of course the usual prints that go with every demo team. They've all got their crates as well, which is very cool. Yeah, all the demo teams have got crates and crates and crates and crates. Is there a single one that doesn't? There's crates in that one. Crates in that one. Oh, there we go. The Black Knights break tradition with the crates. But they're not an American team, are they? Do they have any under the table? Oh, breaking immersion there. Crates and crates. Yeah, they all got crates. Good stuff. Every demo team has the same stuff. Cool. The F-18 does not have a narrator, which means you're stuck with me once again. Good stuff. Now we've looked at the F-18 booth. I think it is slightly at the wrong angle. I think it's meant to be 90 degrees towards me. But, we've got the Mach 1 I always get this wrong. Apparel. I'm so used to taking the P and saying apparel. But it's actually apparel. So we've got the big US flag, gorgeous flight helmet, and a lot of stunning designs with the bombers, bad to the bone, the B-1, B-52. Some of the legacy stuff. Can I help you? Yeah, and the usual stuff. Oh, look at that. We've got the SR-70, SR-71, F-16, F-35, and some of the older stuff as well. Go away! What's your name? Who said hi? Ghosty. What was Ghosty? Weary. Kill. Weary. Stop ruining my shot. Stop ruining my shot. Right. Is the F-18 ready? The canopy's down. Pilots aboard for both aircraft. Very excited. So they'll get taken to the air very shortly. Once again, I'm checking chat constantly. So if any of you guys have any questions, comments or queries, just ask them in chat and I'll be answering any questions. The F-18 is now moving very quickly. Of course, this is a US Navy fighter, so they don't do anything lightly. This thing takes off fast. This thing lands hard. And they very much have places to be. Which is quite the opposite to this old legacy fighter being a bit older. They like to take care of those fighters. So they'll be a lot more gentle. Whilst Navy fighters, they're built to land on carriers. And obviously if you're landing on a carrier, you want to burn as much of that energy on landing. By hitting the deck hard, you'll burn off some energy. You won't have quite as much forward momentum when you land. And that's why they do that. Of course, you need to catch that tail hook as well. But look at the beefy landing gear on the F-18. It's designed to hit the deck. Jaws asked, are the Thunderbirds performing at any air shows this week? They performed yesterday. If you missed any performances, that train guy asked any F-14. Once again, that performed yesterday as well. They were in yesterday's stream. If you just go to my channel, you can go back and check those displays. They were absolutely gorgeous. We've watched pretty much every display so far. The only one left after this performance will, of course, be the... actually, no, we've got two after this. We'll have the Japanese F-16 Viper demonstration, making its 2023 debut. And then we'll have the U-2 Dragon Lady spy plane, also making its 2023 debut. In fact, I haven't seen either of those demonstrations before, and I'm very excited for both of them. This demonstration will be very cool, showing the old and the new in the form of the F-18 Rhino and the F-4U Corsair. Very excited. That train guy asks, what's your favourite jet from the US? Oh, sorry, one sec. The F-4U Corsair is up. Taking off very quickly. It is a fighter aircraft after all. And this is the first legacy aircraft of the air show. Well, legacy prop. We did, of course, have the 1986 Blue Angels flying yesterday with their stunning performance. But this is taking us even older, back to World War II. From the Pacific fighter that helped win the war, basically. I love those absolutely iconic wings that make the F-4U Corsair so special. And that will be the F-18 roaring to life. Very different set of noises coming out of these two aircraft. One prop, one jet, performing a combat... Oh. That's not a combat takeoff, that's very much a performance takeoff from that roll low on takeoff. There we go, showing us its high energy, high speed aerobatics there. Pilot absolutely throwing that thing through the sky. That thing is proper loud. Bloody hell. Very cool. I do appreciate these noisy planes. You can just about see it up there. Look at that. Pedal turn. Almost stalling out the sky. Lights the afterburners back up. Virtual Roblox Rhino demo team for roleplay purposes is based at Oceana VA, which is also home to Carrier Air Wing 1. Such a gorgeous plane. We had the F-14 flying yesterday, and the F-18, of course, directly replacing that. Its wings may not sweep, but they do fold to allow for much tighter parking on the decks of aircraft carriers. You can tell it's the new F-18 rather than the legacy one, because those new large, square, sharp-angled air intakes you can see there on the underside of the aircraft. This new Block 3 Super Hornet is a highly capable aircraft and is the backbone of the US Navy, and will be for decades to come. The US Navy has poured a lot of money into this aircraft, and it's a very impressive machine now. As far as carrier capable fighter aircraft go, few come close to the F-18, especially this new modern variant. The Super Hornet is already combat proven, and this new Block 3 version delivers cutting edge, next generation, multi-role strike fighter capability to the United States Navy. This all means that in theory it should be able to outdistance threats and engage targets from a much longer distance than they can engage the F-18. There's the F-18 performing a square loop, so pitching directly up, flying inverted for a couple of seconds, flying directly down, before transitioning back into level flight. There's the F-18 firing off flares, as previously talked about, countermeasures designed to beat infrared-seeking missiles, also known as heat seekers. In combat, the F-18 will fire off a combination of those and chaff. Chaff being small, what's basically tinfoil, military-grade tinfoil. Very small square pieces, and that way if any radar-guided missiles are trying to follow the aircraft, it will create a huge cloud of radar fuzz, and that will confuse the missile, and it will not hit the aircraft with anything but. The aircraft rolling around to crowd right now, ready for the inverted Whisper pass. The aircraft's going to roll inverted, and that means the pilot's going to have all the blood rushing to his head. That's what they call -1G, G being 1 times Earth's gravity. So 0G is 0 gravity, 1G is 1 times Earth's gravity, -1G is this, 1 times Earth's gravity, negative. If you've ever been upside down for any reason at all, whether it's a roller coaster or, I don't know, you've fallen off a bed, you know that it's uncomfortable to be upside down. So the pilot has a couple of systems and procedures that will help him stay conscious, stay alert as they fly inverted. First line of defense for any G maneuvers will be their G suit. That'll be a very tight fitting suit with pipes all around your legs, lower torso. And that means when you pull a high G maneuver, like the high G turns we've seen so far, all of those pipes will contract and constrict the amount of blood moving towards the lower half of your body, keeping as much of that blood up in your brain as possible, because if the blood's moving down towards your legs, that's what causes pilots to pass out from G-lock. However, using things like G-suits and G-training, that's why we put pilots in centrifuges, spin them round, develop those skills, develop those muscles, develop techniques to prevent pilots from doing that. Here's the F-18, you can hear the F-18's intakes there sucking in large amounts of air. That's what that whining noise is. The reason the aircraft is standing on its tail like that is because that's what we call a high alpha pass. The aircraft basically turning its entire fuselage into a giant wing, allowing it to move at a much, much slower speed than usual. It's a real thing that aircraft can do, to move slowly, whether that's needed in a combat situation or just to show off at air shows. Here comes the F-18 cycling in from crowd left, ready for its next pass. There goes the F-18 from crowd left, performing a carrier brake, braking hard left and peeling off. As the aircraft flies away from us, can't help but feel like I need to look round for the F4U Corsair. The F4U Corsair, of course, being the older prop aircraft. That'll be in the holding pattern somewhere, just out of the display area, waiting for its turn. And then I'm sure it'll be forming up with F-18, ready for a series of photo passes. It looks to me like the F-18's about to perform a simulated bolter. A bolter is when you come in for a carrier landing. You might be able to see that the carrier hook might just be down. No, it's not, because it's landing on tarmac, so you don't want to damage the hook by deploying it unnecessarily. But on an aircraft carrier, if the hook misses, or one of the arrestor wires used to slow the aircraft down when landing on a carrier, or for some reason that wire snaps, the pilot will be ready to apply full afterburner. You can see that. There we go. Full afterburner. And getting back off the deck. Just be able to see tucked in between those engines, just about, very small, there goes Chatham flares, pulling up into the vertical. That is quite an incredible machine there. Tucked in between those engines, it's very hard to see, but you might just be able to notice there is the hook tucked in between those engines. That hook will deploy when landing on carriers, used to catch the wires, slow the aircraft right down from flying speed to stationary in just under 3 seconds often. comes F-18 from crowd right to left. It's going to be performing a photo pass. And that is the absolutely gorgeous F-18 Rhino. And it's gone. It's disappeared. It's in a different plane. Just wait for it to reappear. There it is. Up into the vertical, climbing up to ridiculous altitudes. It's incredible just how the F-18 can go from being right in front of us to several kilometres away like it is right now in just a few seconds. That is the power of those engines, and that is the speed of that aircraft. Now, keep your head on the swivel as we look out for the F4U Corsair. Keep my head on the swivel. According to the F-18's display routine, it will be performing an extra carrier break. Either that or it's gone off to go form up with the F4U Corsair. So we'll find out very soon, I'm sure. The fact that it flew so far away to crowd left makes me think that it's going to be flying back in from that side. This is one of the things I love about air shows. Is that little downtime just to reassess yourself and spot the aircraft. Those of you who have been to any real life air shows mean that there is an interesting amount of downtime between the I thought I saw something over there. No. And those little bits between the displays. I can see a dot there. There's the F-18, and just in front of it, there's the F4U Corsair. Joining back up. Of course, they're both fighter bombers. But there's got to be about 80 years between the construction of these two aircraft. There's 2,300 produced and only a handful left flying in the world, both in the UK, US and other countries around the world. Look at the size difference between those two aircraft. They look fairly similar, but that's only because the F-18's on the far side of it. It's really hard to show off the size differences between those two aircraft. And that Corsair is big by World War II fighter standards as well. Where have they gone? They'll be running in from crowd left, I assume, but I don't want to assume. Because if they sneak up behind me, then I'm doing a bad job of showing off the event. Once again, if anyone has any comments or questions in chat to ask me, I am paying attention to chat. There, I can see them running in now. There's the carrier hook, arrestor hook, down on the F-18. As previously mentioned, that'll be what catches the arrestor hooks on aircraft carriers to help slow the aircraft down in record time. All of the noise you can hear there is coming out of the F-18. The F4U being completely dwarfed by those two engines on the F-18. I see some of you are having questions about when you guys might be able to join the game. Those questions, I don't have a clue, to be honest. That should be directed to the airshow managers. If you join the airshow link in the description, the Discord server, you can ask them any questions for the airshow staff there. All I'm doing is streaming the event. Cool. Do you have any comments for that?
Yeah, so basically after every demonstration, the server will be unlocked. It's mainly locked due to risk the amount of exploiters in game.
Okay. There we go. I hope that answers any questions people were having in chat. At Patron, what's your favourite plane? Mine's the C-17 Globemaster. What's yours? Honest, I can't choose a favourite plane. I love the Hawk T1. Of course, the Red Arrows use that. I love the Typhoon. I do love the C-17. The aircraft I want to see most at an airshow is probably the B-1 Lancer, because that's one of the few Western aircraft I haven't seen. I really want to see more Russian equipment, although not many chances of that. Oh, here they come. Directly over the crowd line. Old and new. Representing a huge long legacy of US carrier aviation. There they go, already several kilometres away. Even an old aircraft like the Corsair absolutely moves bloody quickly. Flognor says he wants to hear that Corsair's radial engine. Yeah, it's a shame. Well, it's a shame you can't hear it, but then again, we've got the F-18 as well. You can have the spectacle of both aircraft together, or you can have the audio of the Corsair. But that F-18 completely dwarfs those massive engines on the F-18. Just dwarfs all the noise. I can just about see the F-18, which means the Corsair will be beside it. There we go. So that Corsair will be flying pretty much flat out, whilst that F-18 will be flying, well, for the F-18, pretty bloody slowly, in order to try and keep pace with each other. There we go, then flying directly overhead. You can just about hear the Corsair over the sound of the F-18 and my annoying voice. There we go, performing a break. Splitting away from each other there. Here in the skies over Arizona. Both putting up into the vertical. We've seen the F-18 do it. Let's have a look at the Corsair. There's gear coming down on the Corsair. Wonder if the F-18 will be landing first. Can't quite see it at the moment. There it is. You can see that darting away in the distance. I reckon the Corsair might be landing first. Yeah, the Corsair's slowed right down. Why are you talking about stream delay? Stream delay patron, stream delay patron, stream delay patron. Type a message in chat and I'll tell you how long it takes me to get it back to you. Pro tip with YouTube live streams, if you want to get rid of all the delay, is you hit the little cog in the bottom right, set the speed to ×2, and you can skip right forward until pretty much as live as it goes. There's the Corsair down. You can hear the F-18 making a big racket in the distance. Here it comes, in from the left, marking the end of their joint performance. There goes chaff and flares, breaking away from us. Putting an end to that absolutely incredible performance. And there's the Corsair taxiing back to us. There we go. It's a very pretty plane. And where's that F-18? Has it landed yet? Nope, but it's on final. Right, any other questions in chat? Patron, got any advice on how to be a YouTuber? Says that train guy. Just keep making videos, just over and over again till you get better, till people follow your stuff. It gives you a back catalogue. Just continuously make stuff. Roblox Viper Demo Team asks, Patron, what rhymes with Blue Angel? Angel. You wouldn't be rhyming blue, you'd be rhyming angel. What rhymes with angel? Bagel. I don't know. Angle, spangle, jangle, dangle, but angel. Let's ask ChatGPT. What rhymes with angel? Tells me angle. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Whatever. Oh, Carco! Is that Australian dollars? $2.99. Put on rock music, no copyright in the background. I mean, you did just give me two. Is that a dollar? What's that? Currency. I don't know what it is. Well, thank you so much for that. Yeah, I'll get some copyright-free music. Copyright-free rock. Which one do you want? One that isn't copyrighted, preferably. Oh, bloody hell. Is this one copyright-free? Yeah, it looks it. Woo! Yeah! This is the American Airshow experience, by the way. There we go. Oh, how do I stop it? Right, hopefully that was actually copyright free. Otherwise, Seth, $5. Are you aware of what Raider is doing in the audience? No, what's Raider doing in the audience? Hello? What's Raider doing in the audience? Thank you so much, Seth, for the $5. What is this? What? Where? Hello? Oh no! I've just noticed. What's going on here? Why are their seats positioned like that? Yeah, same reaction. Great. Seth, what I am doing. Oh, what are you doing? No, don't get me demonetized. Right. Jesus. Jaws, as an American Airshow, I can confirm this is what it's like. Yeah, really loud rock music. Whilst jets fly past and do things. Yeah, that's American Airshows for you. And that's why we love them dearly. Honestly, there's not enough American flags. You need to have an American flag stuck up at the cockpit, and that cockpit, and one hanging down from that control tower, and all of the hangars will have one at the back. Oh, all of the flags. That one's waving, but not slowly enough. It needs old school, like badass waving. Patron, what rhymes with school? Cool, pool, rule, tool, jewel, fool, mule, yule, drool, stool. all of those rhymes. Is that enough words that rhyme? There is the F-16. I was told this was a Japanese F-16. Someone lied to me. That is very clearly United States markings on the side of that. I know for a fact that a Pacific fighter. Hello? Are you here to confirm? I heard a click. Are you here to confirm with me?
Alright, I'm gonna start narrating.
Okay, cool. I'll be quiet then. Good, you've got a narrator. It means I can shut up for once in my life. Thank you so much. Yeah, take it away, F-16 demo team.
Hold on. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pacific Air Force's F-16 Viper demonstration. I'm the PACAF F-16 demonstration team Superintendent Master Sergeant Alex Gotts from Morris County, New Jersey. Here with me is my NCOIC Tech Sergeant Jose Rodriguez from Jose, Arizona. The Pacific Air Force's 35th Fighter Wing is located at Misawa Air Base in the wonderful Amaru, Japan. It is our distinct pleasure to describe with you today a combat capability demonstration of the world-proven multi-role fighter, the F-16 Fighting Falcon known as the Viper. The commander and pilot for the PACAF F-16 demo team is Major Marcus Knight, callsign Mock from Hampton, Virginia. Major Knight is a seasoned pilot with over 2,000 hours in civilian and military aircraft. Your safety officer for the 2023 season is Captain Nicholas Cullen, callsign Negata, from Cocoa Beach, Florida. The Block 52 Viper you see in today's demonstration is equipped with a General Electric F129 afterburning turbofan jet engine. Ladies and gentlemen, stand up and put your hands together for Major Knight in the F-16 Fighting Falcon. Now as Major Knight disengages Max Afterburner, he will execute a 6G pull. Mock is now setting up for his first maneuver, the Cuban 8. Watch as Mock creates a figure 8 over the demonstration area. Now, from the left, the F-16 and the Cuban 8. Watch now as Knight repositions his aircraft and demonstrates the low-altitude, high-speed capabilities of the F-16. As he passes show center, he'll be traveling just under the speed of sound at 700 miles per hour. That's less than half of Viper's top speed of Mach 2. As Major Knight pulls up to the vertical, he rapidly loses airspeed in one of the quickest ways possible, a split S maneuver. As he returns to show center, Mach will accelerate rapidly and snap the F-16 through a series of aileron rolls, demonstrating the exceptional roll maneuverability of the F-16. Dropping in from the left, the triple roll. In a dogfight, the ability to turn tight is crucial. This maneuver shows you just how exceptional the F-16 is in a 9G turret. Sharply turning through a tight turn, pressing wind to the seat with a force of 9 times the force of gravity, which is equal to 9 Gs. This is the minimum radius turn. And now, demonstrating the F-16's crisp handling characteristics, Mach will perform a 4-point roll at 90-degree increments. Notice the precision of which these individual movements are executed. Now, from the left, the F-16 and the 4-point roll. Now, to the right of the crowd, he will set up for a series of half loops which get the name the Double Millennium. As he completes his second rollover, he will perform a split S turning into the next maneuver. As he approaches from the left, Major Knight will set up for his favorite series of maneuvers called the Falcon Turns, which will demonstrate the F-16's ability to turn tight and stay unpredictable, a trait that makes the Viper a multi-role 4-generator fighter. Major Knight is now slowing the F-16 in for the slow-speed high-alpha pass. While the Viper can fly more than twice the speed of sound, slow-speed control is just as important as flight. High-alpha refers to high-angle attack at which the aircraft will be flown. Knight will move the Viper to a 23-degree nose-up position and move at only 120 miles per hour. He will apply brakes on to slow the aircraft down to around 100 knots to demonstrate the slow-moving characteristics of the F-16. F-16 Viper powerful afterburner which Mock will demonstrate here today as he pulls a vertical climb, taking the Viper from 130 knots to 340 knots. As he flips over and begins his descent into the next maneuver called the Shark's Tooth, he will trace a shark tooth by a series of vertical and horizontal moves and perform a maneuver, the Shark's Tooth. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to want to get your cameras ready as Knight demonstrates a combination of thrust and digital flight control systems that make the knife edge maneuver possible. From your right, the F-16 and the knife edge pass. Ladies and gentlemen, Mock has now begun his lineup in preparation for the dedication pass. From the right, the dedication pass. Major Knight and the rest of the PACAF F-16 Viper demo team from the 35th Fighter Wing wish to dedicate this pass to the men and women from all branches of the armed forces and their families who were so brave to fight the fight. We would also like to remember veterans and those that have given their lives defending this great nation. This will be your best photo opportunity. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Major Knight will now be lowering the landing gear as he approaches the runway. He will decelerate to around 150 miles per hour, enabling the F-16 to stop in less than 3,000 feet. Looks like he has one more pass for you. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, Major Knight will not be lowering the landing gear as he approaches the runway. He'll decelerate to around 150 miles per hour, enabling the F-16 to stop in less than 3,000 feet. One of the reasons the Viper is very useful is the stability to take off from short runways from thousands of airfields from virtually any country in the world. While today's demonstration shows you how well the F-16 can maneuver in combat, what we cannot show you is the accuracy of the weapons it carries. On behalf of the Pacific Air Forces and General David Wolf and all the men and women of the Pacific Air Forces, thank you for your attendance, patriotism, and support. This is Alex Scott heading out for the Pacific Air Force's F-16 Viper demo team. We hope you have a great day, and see you later.
As usual, an absolutely stunning display from the F-16 Fighting Falcon. We would expect absolutely nothing less. That's an absolutely beautiful aircraft. It's so sleek and just... Obviously, we've seen a couple of F-16s. Previously, we had the fly past at the very beginning of the show. We had the... what's it called? The combat search and rescue demonstration. And now we've had a full demonstration from the F-16, showing off what it can do in its solo role. Absolutely stunning aircraft. I've absolutely loved seeing what it can do. Which means we've only got one performance left. Ending the show will be the U-2 Dragon Lady. Hello, what's this man shouting about? There's one more booth we haven't checked out, just as we wait for the U-2. And that'll be this, the Go Coast Guard booth. Let me see if they got... Oh, they haven't got the usual stuff of patches. Was it patches, prints, flight gear, and merch? Yeah. We've got a big TV, though. Good stuff. With very dark images, of course. What they do being quite difficult. Learn about and listen commissioning opportunities. Seeing what they do. They've had a couple of booths at air shows previously. Hi, Patron. Hello. But yeah, it's really cool seeing this booth. I really want to see them live at an air show at some point soon. I know there's been a few, but none that I've actually been able to come and look at. Right. That means we've got the U2 ending the show. They'll have no narration, so it's me once again going to be in your ear as we watch the F-16 taxi back in after their incredible performance. Of course, being Roblox, yeah, you can't, don't. If there's any issues with any of the teams, of course it's Roblox. Never blame the teams. Roblox is such a difficult platform to work with. Every aircraft will have issues taxiing for a start. Taxiing, surprisingly enough, is one of the most difficult things Roblox aircraft can do, just because the ground is so glitchy. You think a surface is flat and it should roll smoothly across it. Roblox says no. And aircraft always have issues with that, no matter what aircraft it is. Right. There you can see the U-2 Dragon Lady being taxied out. You can see there's a Lamborghini chase car. Although this aircraft looks fairly dainty and large and slow, it is ridiculously quick. That afterburning engine on the back, and that engine is afterburning, means this aircraft does taxi along pretty quickly. So I can see they've got a Lamborghini out as the chase car, just so it can keep up. The U-2, of course, has massive wings, which combined with that massive engine means that this aircraft has a range of 3,000 miles, can carry 700 pounds of equipment, and it can fly up to a ridiculous altitude of 70,000 feet, which is absolutely unprecedented for an air-breathing aircraft. Usually the only aircraft that can go up that high are rockets and rocket-propelled aircraft. Let me just quickly look at what's the SR-71's maximum altitude. Yeah, the U2 can go up to 70,000 feet. Oh, F-16, what are you doing? Which is, yeah, absolutely, it's the only... Sorry, I've just seen in chat Flog is confused about if the U2 has an afterburner or not. I think it has an afterburner. I've seen these things live in person and they're bloody noise. I think they have an afterburner. It's such a noisy... It's one of the loudest planes I've ever heard in my life. I think it has an afterburner, but it might just be a ridiculously noisy engine. So, apologise if that's not right. I've checked my sources there. The F-16 is trying to get in my shot. And the U-2 is now rolling. The wheels drop away. The wing stabilizers, because those wings are so ridiculously long. There's the chase car helping it up. And here is the final aircraft of our air show today. The U-2 Dragon Lady! Let's get the right camera. There she is. And on this one as well. Because the U-2 might go quite high, so it's nice having that nice raised camera. So there's the U-2 performing its bank takeoff. And it'll be quickly climbing up to 40,000 feet. Which, although bloody high, isn't even close to its maximum altitude of 70,000 feet. There you can see it climbing up very quickly there. And there's the U-2 cruising along. If I click on this camera, that's just how high up it is there. I can hear another jet. Can't tell what it is though. There's something else taking off. What's that? I can see the U-2 up there. Is there something else airborne? Have a quick check. There's the Lamborghini over there, the chase car. And there's the U-2 dropping back down from that climb. It's coming in pretty quickly. Switch back to the other camera. Get that zoom on. And let's keep a nice tight zoom on this. The U-2 is single seat and is designed around gathering intelligence. It's a reconnaissance and, well, it's a spy plane, let's be honest. So I've seen the U-2, not just at air shows, but I've seen it fly operationally from one of its bases in the UK, RAF Fairford. They take off about 6 in the morning and land at like 4 in the afternoon, which is a lot of hours to be up in that thing. And of course, this aircraft flies very high, and the cockpit isn't pressurized, meaning the pilot has to wear a spacesuit when they're flying the U-2. The Dragon Lady is an old aircraft, probably the oldest continuously serving aircraft this airshow. It's been in service since 1956, although its prototype first flew in 1955. The last plane was built in 1989, meaning every single aircraft left in the fleet is still pretty old. There goes down the runway with a low gear down pass. There's the chase car rocketing along. Before it breaks off. Very impressive aircraft, that. There's another angle from up high. Switching back to our ground cam. The ground cam's a lot cooler, let's be honest. You may notice that the U-2 only has 2 sets of landing gear, meaning it's very hard to balance the thing on landing. There's the chase car going along. That's because the extra weight of landing gear on those very long wings, they thought it wouldn't be worth it. That's why as it taxied out, those long orange struts popped out. Were there on takeoff. They fall away as the aircraft comes into the sky, and then on landing the aircraft will hold the wings in the air for as long as possible. That's why the chase car is necessary, to help tell the pilot, especially with their limited visibility in the spacesuit, how far off the centerline they are, how high in the air they are. And then when the wings do finally need to touch down, like you saw here, they've got metal skids that protect the wings. Then before it taxis back, some ground crew get out and put those temp wheels. So in real life those temp wheels wouldn't be deployed. The aircraft will just hold that until the wings tip over, and then the ground crew get out and steady it and add those once it stops moving. Obviously, being Roblox, that's impossible. You can just about see the pilot in there, his little head popping out. It's an absolutely stunning aircraft, and a real treat that we've got it here as the final display at the Thunder and Lightning over Arizona Air Show. The Lamborghini chase car. Usually the chase car for the U2s. They don't tend to be Lamborghinis, they're not quite that flashy. The US military doesn't quite have that much cash to spend on chase cars. They'd rather spend it on more operationally meaningful investments. Most commonly, they're Chevys, or other muscle cars. Although they've also been seen with Audis, BMWs, and even Teslas a couple of times before. A couple of Fords, maybe. I think the Lamborghini has been used a couple of times at air shows, though. If I'm correct. I think the US Air Force has brought out a Lamborghini with US markings a couple of times. Citation needed for that, though. Absolutely gorgeous. And that was the final performance of Thunder and Lightning over Arizona. Thank you very much for listening to our 2 days of 2 days of streaming. It's been 2.5 hours today. Well, going on 2.5. Just over 2 hours today. And it was 3.5 hours yesterday, I think. So a lot of displays have been in the air in these Arizonian skies. I hope you've all very much enjoyed this display. I don't know what the chase car's doing with the doors open. Seth's asking, what about the Black Knights? Unfortunately, the Black Knights won't be performing today. However, the next air show that will be on, I'll be streaming RIAT in about 2 weeks' time. So not next weekend, but the weekend after. The RIAT, of course, being the Royal International Air Tattoo, a Roblox version, of course. And lots of teams will be attending that, including my team, the virtual Roblox Red Arrows. They'll be making their 2023 debut there. What other teams will be performing at RIAT? Attending. The Black Knights, of course, will be performing at RIAT. The Chinook demonstration, virtual Roblox Chinook demo will be displaying there. That'll be their second display of 2023. The F-35A, which we saw yesterday, will be performing. The virtual Roblox Blue Angels will be performing along with their 1986 counterparts. The F-15 that we saw today, once again, will be performing. The F-22 we saw yesterday, so along with the A-10, they'll be performing next week. The virtual Roblox Solo Turk will be making its 2023 debut. The Dutch F-16 demo will be flying. The virtual Roblox World War II aircraft restoration will be flying. The Bronco demo team, the Typhoon demo team, the Hawker Hunter restoration project, the Belgian F-16, the Arabian Eagle demo will be flying. And of course, as previously mentioned, the virtual Roblox Red Arrows. So yeah, do stay tuned for that. That will be in 2 weeks' time on the Saturday and the Sunday. I'll be live streaming here on this channel. Other than that, that is Thunder and Lightning over Arizona. It's the first big air show we've had of 2023, and what an incredible air show it's been. It's been all, or pretty much all, in fact, yeah, it has been completely US teams. From the stunning manoeuvrability of the F-16 to the power of the F-15 and the F-22, the stealth of the F-35. We've had the power of the A-10s, lots of pyros going off. We've had the history in the form of F-14s and the Corsair, and even the stunning legacy Blue Angels. They were the one of two Sorry, I'm looking at the chaos that's just going on there. One of 2 formation teams that we've had. We've had the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds for yesterday. If you want to catch up with any of the teams we saw yesterday, do be sure to watch yesterday's stream. I hope you all had an amazing stream. Let me just check. It is Con, you're on the VC. Would you like to say anything to help wrap up the show?
Yeah, I want to thank everyone who's attended the past 2 days. This weekend has been full of action, pride, and precision. The air show has been months in the making, and I'm extremely happy on how this played out. And if you are not in the game, we are about to take a photo to mark the end of this air show. So if you can join now.
Can I bring all?
Yeah.
Woohoo! Bring all! You're about to bring daytime players. Yes! Good stuff. Right, in a line. In a line, come on me guys. Chop chop! Everyone in! If those of you who want to join the game link is in my description of the stream. Come on. No one stand on my head. If you're on my head, I'll kill you. Kill. There we go. Yeah, you better not stand on my head. Bloody hell. Right, I'm going to stand in this line. There we go. Everyone in line. Stop blocking me. This is going to be chaos for the next couple of minutes. Anyone tries to block me, I use the kill command on you. Anyone tries to push me, I use the kill command on you. And then you're not going to be in the photo, are you? Flog, you're blocking me, I'm going to kill you. Yeah, damn right. Just back off, back off, back off, back off! Dark Horse is killing... kill Dark Horse. I'm going to kill Dark Horse, I swear to God. Is his name actually Dark Horse? Sword me. Yeah, you back off, you back off. Oh no! Well, there goes the line. I hope you got your pictures in. Good stuff. Right, and I want to kill all and then bring all. If we just kill the grand reset. The grand reset. No, don't Brazil people. Oh no. How do I un-Brazil everyone? Oh dear. I think this airshow's got out of hand. I've been killed. Stop Braziling everyone! Whee! Oh god. Oh, well there we go. Thank you very much. That's chaos. I hope you got your pictures in, everyone. Thank you very much to everyone who attended. That airshow was brilliant, if a bit chaotic at the very end. Thank you very much for watching. That's all from me. See you in 2 weeks' time. If I have any videos out before then, funny joke. Yeah, other than that, yeah, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much to all the display teams. Yeah, that's all from me. Patron out.